let's talk about grief and these triggers. Like, yeah, the years go by and you pretty much kind of, heal from your losses and whatnot. But we really don't talk about the triggers that can just bring up those same emotions that you felt like the first day when you heard you lost this person. So I was talking to my mom earlier, and um she said something that I've been thinking about for years, like probably since 2017 when I lost my dad. And what she said was, when you keep losing people back to back, I gotta get myself together. It feels like, you're losing a piece of your heart, like each and every time. And when I say I felt that statement, because that is what I always say to myself between me and God. I really never expressed that to my family, friends. But when I was experiencing all my losses back to back to back, that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like a piece of your heart is just being taken away each and every time. And I also was explaining to my mom how I don't really, it's not to say that I don't care about people and what they're going through, but I've experienced so much grief that I have gotten to a place where I really don't like to talk about grief with others' grief. I really don't want to sit down and, ask people the questions, because it's just a trigger for me, because I'm still experiencing my own loss from just a year ago, and I still haven't dealt with that. So to even try to help anyone else process their grief is just, it's too much for me. But that's pretty much my whole point. Like the triggers are what really, like, that's what gets me now. It's not necessarily losing the person, it's just that the things that remind me of the person, or certain statements, just like my mom said, that can trigger me, because that's something, like I said, I've never expressed to anyone, but that's something that I feel all the time. Like, it's like your heart just ain't gonna never be the same. Never. I can't speak for everybody else, but I know for sure my heart would never be the same. I would never be the same person prior to 2017. I'm just not the same Toya anymore. And it kind of is what it is, But yeah, them triggers with grief, that's what gets you going after the years have passed. It's the triggers for me.